Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight with more Texoma Pro Wrestling action. It's not just a single, it's not just a double, it's a triple shot of action from Texoma Pro Wrestling this April. And we are live tonight from Healdton, Oklahoma. It is April 23rd, 2023, and Ricky Wingrave from the land of 1,000 fights has traveled all the way to Healdton to make his Texoma Pro Wrestling debut.
From Sherman to Caddo to Healdton to the land of 1,000 fights, the fight rolls on. Our special guest referee for the evening, once again, former CMLL star Demus, member of the Midget Wrestling Warriors roster, not cleared to compete here tonight, but he is donning the stripes in this contest. A championship contest to start things off here. The Empire Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship on the line.
I just got a love rider, baby. Whoa. Empire Pro Champion just came to town. Follow me, follow me. Southern, look at this. God, it's so beautiful.
No, James, I've had many a conversation with Logan Knight in my day, and he went on record as to saying that just one night ago in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, when he won the Empire Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, that was the defining moment of his young career thus far. In just less than 24 hours after winning that championship, he is already putting it on the line in this opening contest here at Texoma Pro Wrestling against none other than Ricky Wingrave.
What a better way to prove you're a champion than go out and defend it. Let's throw it down to Annalyn.
Folks, the EPW Heavyweight Championship is going to be on the line in this contest as Logan Knight defends against the likes of Ricky Wingrave. Of course, Ricky Wingrave, a champion in Empire Pro Wrestling, formerly making his debut here in Texoma Pro. He's a former EPW Internet Television champion. Of course, the same championship in the very first championship which Logan Knight ever won in Empire Pro Wrestling.
It's all coming full circle here in Healdton. The bell has sounded, these two officially making contact for the first time as this match gets underway. Ricky Wingrave with the initial control of the arm. Now working Logan Knight down here, taking away that vertical base.
Of course, Logan Knight with control. Ricky Wingrave, though, jumping into Geary. And, of course, Logan Knight sent to the outside. As we mentioned before, less than 24 hours ago, a few hours up the road, Logan Knight won the EPW Championship against former Empire Pro Wrestling champion Gemini. And now Logan Knight, he joins the historic list of roster members to hold the EPW Championship.
Step up right there, I'm gonna get you.
Logan Knight says nobody is safe in Healdton, not even the children.
And someone needs to think of the children. The spotlight is a wild animal in that ring.
The spotlight is for the children.
Ricky Wingrave is for the children. From the land of 1,000 fights, a suplex to Logan Knight, trying to become the new Empire Pro Wrestling champion, and only a 1 count there, says our official Demus.
Logan Knight now into the corner. The champ is reeling here. Up and over, though, is Knight to the outside. Wingrave coming in, getting that leg hung up. And now the spotlight has acquired his target.
Logan Knight, if there's one thing that he has made a career out of, as young as that career is, it is picking apart a part of his opponent's body and utilizing it to great advantage. That is exactly what he is doing right here. Logan Knight now isolating that right leg, the right knee of Ricky Wingrave. Of course, as we said, Ricky Wingrave, a former Empire Pro Wrestling Internet Television champion. He's just now venturing down into the state of Texas and making his debut in the promotion, which definitely unifies the states of Texas and Oklahoma. The Texoma Pro Wrestling Ring now becoming home for Ricky Wingrave. Logan Knight, of course, we have seen him once before here in Texoma Pro Wrestling, where he took on Mr. Wobble. And Mr. Wobble's one of his very first and only Texoma Pro Texas Championship defenses. Wingrave now DDT, spiking Logan Knight directly on the skull. Going for the cover here. 2, and only a 2 count. Is going to take a little bit more than that. He wants to put the heavyweight champion down.
Logan Knight has fought and clawed his way to the top. He has done everything for that title and almost lost it there again. 2 count, but you're going to have to pry it from his grasp. It's not going to come easily for Ricky Wingrave.
Ricky Wingrave cover one more time for the Empire Heavyweight Championship, and only a 2 count once again. You know, Logan Knight, as of 24 hours ago, becoming the Empire Heavyweight Champion, etched his name into the lineage amongst many Oklahoma legends, such as that of Father Patch, Kevin James Sanchez, and many, many other men. Logan Knight, however, has joined this elite list. Going for the cover here. 1, 2. I think Logan Knight, you see it in his face, a fair amount of frustration. Fair amount of frustration with our official here tonight in Demus.
Demus just trying to call it right down the middle, call it as straight as the stripes on his shirt, Walker.
Well, this definitely are some straight stripes, nevertheless. Snapmare now, Logan Knight, picture perfect, squared on the back with that kick. You have that half Boston Crab applied, the single leg.
Working not only that knee there that he had already been targeting, but the back that was impacted by that kick right before.
Ricky Wingrave fights out of it now.
That move serving sort of multi-purpose there for Logan Knight, but he wasn't able to keep hold of it.
Shoulder tackle there, Ricky Wingrave onto Logan Knight. Firing up now is Wingrave, but he's doing so on one bad wheel, James.
He's running as hard as he can on that one leg, but it gives out on him when he needs it the most. That big discus punch there he was going for, but the left leg gave out.
Wingrave now.
Our official crushed in the corner there, though.
Wait a minute, I think that was a shot to the nether regions. The cover here from Logan Knight. And still Empire Heavyweight Champion. The spotlight has reigned supreme.
I saw nothing, the officials saw nothing, but the only thing we're seeing right now in Healdton is the spotlight. Nothing brighter in this town, certainly not the people.
And that's why I'm a champion, something you'll never be.
Truer words have never been spoken, Walker.
What a moment here for the spotlight. Logan Knight, 24 hours after winning the Empire Heavyweight Championship, going on to defend that championship.
Jeez, can you believe that?
What a return for the spotlight.
Y'all saw that, right? Y'all saw what he did? That was dirty.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of that first match?
Wait a minute, this is not on the docket here tonight. One half of the NCWO Tag Team Champions, Devion. We've seen him very frequently throughout Texoma Pro Wrestling as of recent. He's here, but what it... Oh my gosh. Nobody gave me the 411. The NCWO Tag Team Champions, plural, are in the building. KOA is reunited once again as Kane Carter finally makes his long-awaited first appearance here in Texoma Pro Wrestling.
Get out. Get out. Get out. We got time. We got time over here. Well, I still don't know how to pronounce this place, but the best tag team in Oklahoma and Texas has arrived, so please get on your feet and applaud greatness. Now, we could come out here and talk about how great we are, but instead, we're going to come out here and talk about how they paid us, the hottest tag team in Oklahoma, to come to nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. I mean, seriously. Y'all even have a store here? I walked up the street and I got bored, I almost fell asleep. Just walking. Nobody cares about this place. So, as far as I'm concerned, nerve coming out here because there's 2 of us and there's 1 of you. So you can challenge either Davion, or you can challenge me, or you can get out of this ring.
You said my math is off, right? So, okay, there's 2 and there's 1. So you come out here and you talk about these great people out here that have so much fun. They come have fun at wrestling, and y'all want to be weird, big, bad, macho wrestlers. That's so original. So I got an idea. How about you 2 versus me and somebody in the back, somebody special. What do you think?
Who does Texoma have in the partner as you to give any kind of shot?
Everybody was like, I just wanted the kids to tag with me.
No.
No, y'all want to wrestle with me?
No.
Versus me and somebody out of the back. Anybody.
You guys can't gossip, that's cheating.
No one is going to do that.
What are you scared about?
We accept.
Hold on, wait. He said nobody is big enough to accept the challenge. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, nobody's big enough.
Nobody's big enough, right? You know what? I got something, y'all. I got somebody that is the bigger man than y'all ever will be.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. It's midget time. When the
I mean, I think Paul already sat there and made you guys the challenge. Because first of all, we're in this great city of Healdton, Oklahoma.
No one will see KOA versus Mighty Mouse and Bulldog here. That's what y'all want to see? I want to see KOA, Katie Burns, and Davion versus Mr. Wobble in short sleeve Samson, huh? Y'all want to see us wrestle here?
Done all that. So we do this match right here, right now. No one now? Let's go. Come on. Now. Let's go. For all these people right now. Come on. I think they're right here. My time. You get it right when you say our name, K-O-A.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. It's midget time.
The best tag team in the world is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys heard it. We have our main event set up for this evening. Are you guys ready for more right now? Let's get our next match started then. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contestants to the fourth ball. With a 15-minute time limit, coming to the ring first, representing Cleveland State.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live with more Texoma Pro Wrestling. Mr. Wobble and Short Sleeve Samson laid down to challenge to the NWO World Tag Team Champions. And of course, seems though we are going to be seeing that later on in our main event of the evening, James.
Main events only for KOA. And that is exactly what we're going to see. Wobble says they're the best tag team in the world, he and Short Sleeve Samson. But we're going to see the real best tag team, KOA, the NCWO Tag Team Champions, tonight in the main event. But right now, the Marxist regime on full display as Derek James prepares to face Malik Mayfield.
Derek James, of course, a subservient of the Marxist regime, if you will. Not alongside his Marxist leader and brethren in Merc tonight, rather doing so on his own. Derek James, though, representing the regime with great force and passion, taking on none other than the cheer captain, Malik Mayfield. You know, I want to take you back to December here live in Ardmore, Oklahoma, where Malik Mayfield went one-on-one with Merc, and that didn't exactly work out in Malik Mayfield's favor, much to the reasoning of Derek James and fellow members of the regime.
Want to give a status update personally from the office of the leader of the regime. I heard that he is affected by secondhand smoke from the evil dissident potheads in Caddo.
Evil dissident potheads?
No referee. Mr. James, you know, I saw somebody back there walking around, and he has nothing to do because of the actions you did last night. Okay? These people don't know, right? Okay? But I found a ref for you, okay? And it's this guy.
I thought Rook Tyler was done after he fell at the feet of the regime. His dissidence would be stood no longer, and in fact, he must pay with his shoulder. That was the decision handed down by the leader of the regime. And now it seems like Rook Tyler might be here for some shenanigans.
I don't know if I'd consider it shenanigans, but of course being put out of in-ring competition does not mean he has been put out of in-ring officiating. So tonight, Rockstar Rook Tyler will serve as a referee within this contest. You know that Derek James cannot be happy about that.
Without a doubt, this is perhaps a worst case scenario for Derek James, a man that paid the price for his dissidence last night in Caddo, now serving to be an official in this contest. You know Derek James has got to keep in mind that there might be some questionable officiating here.
You know, I had a conversation with the leader of the Merxis regime, Merck, at a prior event, and I asked him, you know, what are your honest thoughts on Derek James? And Merck said, and I quote, Derek James, he's got that dog in him. And of course, Derek James, definitely one to believe that he does have the heart of a pit bull, the soul of a lion, and the fire of a phoenix. Tonight, Derek James is looking to put Malik Mayfield away, but does Derek James have what it takes to put a man who has quickly become a Texoma Pro mainstay down in the cheer captain?
The cheer captain has become a mainstay here in Texoma, but Derek James, a very well experienced competitor. You see some of that great wrestling talent on display here. Derek James, 21 years old, a 6-year veteran of the sport, began training at just 15 years old, now into a pin again. Where's our official? That was at least a 3 count, maybe a 4 or a 5.
Brooke Tyler calling for some respect here. The ref star here tonight. Waistlock applied by cheer captain. Reverse now for Derek James, the defiant one. You know, there was a period of time a couple of years ago where they referred to Derek James as the teenage technician, and that is for good reason. This man could tie you 10 ways to Sunday back then, and he's up that number to 11 now. Derek James knows exactly what he's doing in that squared circle.
The man can turn you into a human pretzel, and that's what he's attempting to do to Malik Mayfield here in Healdton, beautifully maintaining that overhand wrist lock. Now transitioned into a bit of a hammer lock here.
You know, Rook Tyler, he has that injured right shoulder at the hands of the defiant one and the leader of the Merxis regime. You have to wonder if that could play into his officiating at all tonight.
It would be a sorry excuse if it was. If he's in no shape to count the pinfalls, he's in no shape to be the official in this contest.
James, I know you to be a fan of Bronco Lubitsch yourself, so nevertheless, though, Derek James and Malik Mayfield still maintaining this control that they have on one another. Malik Mayfield now arm drag to Derek James.
Finally managing to get Derek James off of that left arm.
Mayfield now fingers interlocked here with James. Lucha Libre style arm drag. It's not often that we see Malik Mayfield take to the skies like that.
Malik Mayfield, a very large competitor, but very agile. Don't let his size fool you. He can break out some high-flying moves anytime he wants. Derek James had to find that out the hard way. Now he's seeing the power of Mayfield.
Mayfield now, he's got him up in the fireman's carry, dropping him down now. Might be looking for that signature standing moonsault, which he does. Connects flesh, the cover here. Very quick count there from our official tonight.
Brooke Tyler once again showing his bias. He's a crooked official, and he's out here to cost Derek James the contest.
I wouldn't exactly call it crooked. Of course, Rook Tyler, he's not exactly a trained official under the Oklahoma Athletic Commission. Nevertheless, Texoma Pro Board of Directors member Coyote coming out to make the announcement that Rook Tyler is going to serve as an official tonight. And keep in mind, this is all because of the actions of the regime, of Derek James and Merck.
No, I think, let's be honest, this is the actions of Coyote coming out of retirement and picking up a big win Friday at the anniversary show. Now all the powers go into his head, and he's throwing his weight around, making decisions like this that cost the regime and cost Derek James. Now it's going to cost Malik Mayfield quite possibly not only this contest, but some time on the shelf on the injured reserve list.
Well, I don't know if it'll put him on the DL. Let's see. Hold on. 1.5. Malik Mayfield finding a way to kick out of that one, seemingly with ease.
Come on, Malik!
Now working on that other shoulder as well as the ribs, trying to pull those muscles across the abdomen there, driving the knuckle in between the ribs to do more damage on this hold. Mayfield trying to fight his way up. He's back on his feet here.
Really maintaining that place for long.
Not if Derek James has anything to say about it.
Ooh, chop right across the chest to Malik Mayfield. Derek James has got some heavy hands in there, James.
No doubt about it. Beautiful sunset flip there. Only two, says Rook Tyler.
Mayfield trying to shoot Derek James off, trying to roll him through though. Derek James single leg drop kick to the square of the back of Malik Mayfield.
He almost walked up Malik Mayfield's back into the cover.
And
2,
Rockstar
3, come on, this one should be over.
and Rook Tyler is suffering from his injuries here right now, James.
Once again, he's too hurt to officiate. He shouldn't be out here. Derek James now. He's not letting this fluster him, though. He is right back on top of his game plan. He says, if I can't get Rook Tyler to count to 3, I will make Malik Mayfield pass out or tap out.
Malik Mayfield rolling through, very innovative, and it could have led to a victory, but not on this night. He's looking to go 2 for 2 against members of the regime. The cover here. 2 count once again.
Derek James' shoulder wasn't even on the mat when that count started.
There we go, once more. 2 count once more.
Derek James staggered by that kick.
We're going to continue to see this out of both men here right now. A back and forth affair. Malik Mayfield go over that splash. James gets out of the way of it. James clubbering forearms to the back once more. Fireman's carry positioning here. Death Valley driver.
That's gotta be it.
The cover here. Rook Tyler makes the count, and once again the right shoulder goes out. Someone might need to go check on Rook Tyler.
Oh, that shoulder's working fine now, isn't it, Walker?
You don't put your hands on another man's hat, James. Especially one who is officiating your matchup in the squared circle.
James putting Malik Mayfield on that top rope. Who knows what he's got in mind here? And Rook Tyler, he will get him down.
Rook Tyler, I'm starting to get a little concerned about that right shoulder and that right arm, but
Calling for the brain buster here.
you have to start worrying about future injury for one of the opponents here. Inverted slam there. Malik Mayfield, he finds himself alone in no man's land.
And it looks like Rook Tyler's taking joy in this.
And how could he not be? This is a man who has potentially placed him on the injured reserve, getting exactly what he has earned. James Dock over the clothesline, ducked underneath. Malik Mayfield collides with the body of Derek.
Just a body check there sends Derek James down. He is on his heels right now.
The heels of Healdton. Malik Mayfield. Oh, chop right across the chest, and that one sounded all the way to Ardmore. Whip off the ropes, reversed once again. Single leg drop kick, sending Derek James down. Might have caught him square on the nose. You see Derek James clutching at the nose of the face.
I think not only did he get caught on that drop kick, I think he landed face first on the mat. Now eating that big elbow courtesy of Malik Mayfield.
James, he's in trouble here, the Bulldog. Malik Mayfield going for the cover, hooking the inner leg, and James finds a way to kick out of it. Got him up here and down. That could be a knockout shot right there. Derek off the ropes. Clothesline with a little bit of sauce on it. The cover. 1, 2. And it took Rook Tyler a strange amount of time to get into the position for that one, James.
Finally starting to admit the questionable officiating that is taking place in this contest. Rook Tyler, the most biased official I have seen in my life.
What short life you must have lived then, James, because we've seen much worse than this. Karma is something that I tend to believe in, though, James, as you will soon find out. And, of course, Rockstar Rook Tyler is just showcasing that karma to Derek tonight.
Dissidents being shunned here with a series of chops. Malik trying to defend against him. Got that tornado DDT this time. He's been looking for it all match. Only two, though.
Magical healing powers of the tornado DDT on Rockstar Rook Tyler's shoulder.
You make me sick sometimes. Mayfield going up top here. High risk, high reward.
Going for that moonsault, landing on his feet though. Mayfield now up and over, sending him as Derek James.
Looked like he might have jammed that knee, though. We'll have to see if that comes into play.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. Malik Mayfield, a history of injuries in the past. Derek James, though, holding on to that middle rope. Can he just, wait a minute.
What is that?
Rook Tyler, a cover here. This match is over. This match is over. What a glorious day. Glory be to the rock star and the cheer captain.
Blasphemy. Blasphemy for you to say glory be as the regime is screwed once again, courtesy of Texoma Pro.
Healdton, Oklahoma. The only thing you were famous for is Sherry Cole. OU's famous women's basketball coach when she wasted her opportunity being a sandwich maker and coaching all them women at home now.
We don't want to hear you.
You don't want to hear me? This poor part of town looks like you know how much you can get for a Sudafed on a athletic work.
Did you make
Your mom's a fool. I am out here to represent the greatest faction in professional wrestling, the Gorilla Militia, who owns almost all of the titles in Texoma Pro. Franco D'Angelo, the Texoma Pro Oklahoma and Texas champion.
Who cares?
And then Stone, he's coming for his unified Texoma Pro heavyweight championship, by the way.
Run! Knock him out.
And the greatest tag team in Texas, Big Sid and Justin James.
once again overstepping his bounds as an official, laying his hands on a member of the guerrilla militia just coming to represent his faction here in Healdton. Red James suffers because of this egomaniac Rook Tyler.
Rocking tonight, Healdton. Stay football. Come on, Healdton, y'all want some more wrestling?
Are you guys ready for our next match?
The snowman cometh to Healdton. You see Tony Snow, you see Dustin Tibbs, and you see the new head of security for Snowman Enterprises. You see Big Deuce Freight. He's multi-talented, Walker.
Well, I definitely wouldn't put it past Juice Freight to take a Tony Snow paycheck, but I'm not one to accept dirty money, James Southern, and that is exactly why I sit here at a pro wrestling broadcast booth.
Dazzling Dustin Tibbs and the Snowman Tony Snow in the ring for action against Aaron Sykes.
Well, dazzling Dustin Tibbs might be looking a little delicate tonight against the lucha extremist himself, Aaron Sykes.
Aaron Sykes been making quite the name for himself, not only here in Texoma Pro, but around the world. In the past several years, he's made visits down to Mexico, spent some time training at CMLL, the oldest wrestling promotion in the world. Some of the finest stars of all time have stepped through the doors of Arena Mexico, one of those being Aaron Sykes. What is he going to break out tonight against a very athletic man in his own right, a relative newcomer to professional wrestling, but not a newcomer to professional sports. Former semi-professional baseball player was Tibbs. Excuse me, Dustin Tibbs. Now he's transitioning those skills into a professional wrestling ring using his speed. Something Aaron Sykes known for very much as well. Going to be an interesting contest here. You know the guidance of the Snowman, Tony Snow, coming into play here. Tony spent the past few years here at Texoma Pro scouting talent. You know he's got quite the report on Aaron Sykes.
I spent a great deal of my career here in Texoma Pro Wrestling, broadcasting event after event after event alongside a man formerly known as DJ Tony Snow. He was fun-loving, he was excitable, he was out of his mind, but now he's out of his mind in a whole different way. He's aligned himself with men such as Dustin Tibbs, a man who is making his Texoma Pro Wrestling debut. I actually heard them discussing a little bit of strategy in the back, and at the very end, to put an exclamation mark on the whole conversation, Tony Snow said, "Listen to me, kid, I'm gonna bring you to the very top of this industry like I have with everyone else," and Dustin Tibbs seems to believe that.
And if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Tony Snow, a protege of Theodore R. Long, one of the finest professional wrestling managers of all time. He managed one of the greatest tag teams, Doom, to multiple tag team championships. And that's exactly what Tony Snow is looking to do with all of the clients of Snowman Enterprises, including Dustin Tibbs.
And no disrespect to Teddy Long, but that was a different era. This era, now one consisting of Snowman Enterprises. I mean, it's a whole different game here in pro wrestling. The cover now, and only a 1 count, says our official for this matchup, Candace Harding.
It is a new dawn, a new day in pro wrestling, but the Snowman thinks he is the one to lead us into the future. And he's gonna do it with a man like Dustin Tibbs. Now here, Aaron Sykes showing off some of that technical ability in that side headlock, but he doesn't have it on for long.
Sykes the kick to the gut now of his opponent. Ducking the clothesline now is Sykes. Dustin Tibbs, he's in a precarious position here. Lifting him up. Hung up on the ropes, out to dry is dazzling Dustin Tibbs. Single leg drop kick, sending Tibbs down to the apron. Aaron Sykes firing it up here.
Dazzling one dazzled himself a bit here after eating the foot of Aaron Sykes. Keep your eye on Sykes.
Sykes now sliding underneath the bottom rope, and you notice Dustin Tibbs ducking and evading out of the way.
Dustin very quick there, dipping down below that apron, allowing Aaron Sykes and Tibbs now out over the top rope. Here, Tony Snow, look at the hang time. It seemed like Dustin Tibbs was suspended in midair there for just a moment.
Aaron Sykes, a man who often defies the laws of gravity. Dustin Tibbs, he very well might have a little bit of that gravity-defying nature rubbing off from Aaron Sykes. Nevertheless, Dustin shoving that boot into the throat of Sykes. There's nothing gravity-defying about that. There isn't much legal about it either.
How dare you try to suggest that Tony Snow partakes in illegal activities? He is a fine, upstanding citizen. He uses both his left and right turn indicators. And Dustin Tibbs uses that sling blade over the top rope to nearly decapitate Aaron Sykes.
Tibbs now diving crossbody into the cover. Only a 2 count though. Kick to the side of the skull. Aaron Sykes now.
This is what makes Tibbs great. Right out of the pinfall, he's back on the attack. This is some of the viciousness that is being taught by Tony Snow to Snowman Enterprises. Anybody who steps into Tony Snow's realm instantly finds this aggression, this unchecked nature that allows them to find success.
Dustin Tibbs, though, side headlock applied here. Talk about this man being a relative newcomer to the sport of professional wrestling. However, quite the athlete outside of the professional wrestling game. I got to ask you, James, you talked about Dustin Tibbs being a former semi-professional baseball player. What skills do you think he obtained during those semi-pro baseball training camps that have transferred well to the sport of pro wrestling?
Baseball requires so many great skills. It requires speed, it requires strength, things that very easily transfer into pro wrestling, things that he's going to have to use in this contest if he wants to beat Aaron Sykes, the much more experienced competitor, at least when it comes to getting in between the squared circle. Sykes now here on the floor trying to intimidate Tony Snow, who was just consulting with his client here. I think that conversation was protected by manager-client privacy agreements, but
Tibbs now trying to maintain control on Aaron Sykes. Sykes chop right across the chest to Tibbs.
That's gotta wake Tibbs up.
If that didn't, I'm not too certain what will. Sykes, he's calling for a rerun here.
Tibbs very smart there, luring Aaron Sykes in and taking his opportunity. Now or never when you're facing off with a competitor like Sykes.
Right about that one. The snapmare out of the corner into the rear chin lock here from Tibbs. He has that cinched in nice and tight. Tony Snow's gone on record to say before there's nothing he likes more than a nice tight headlock. But wait a minute, maintaining the wrist control here. It's Tibbs lining it up, trying to get it. Can he land the perfect shot right to the chest?
Dead center of the chest. That kick delivered. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Almost thrown on top of our official Candace Harding here.
What a difficult position now put Candace Harding into. No one wants to see this matchup end in a disqualification or anything other than a decisive victory between one of these two men. Decisive being the key word there. Going for the clothesline is Aaron Sykes. Both men colliding in the middle of the squared circle and everybody's down.
See Tony Snow there on the outside. He is about to have a panic attack. His man is down. Now is the opportunity. The first man to his feet is going to have the decisive momentum advantage as this contest drags on. Here comes Tibbs in. Sykes out of the way. Spears him into that corner. Back out. European uppercut. Big knee to Dustin Tibbs. Tibbs is dazed, sends Sykes into the corner. Sykes rebounding, drop kick. Into the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count for Sykes off that missile drop kick.
Dustin Tibbs now trying to go for the clothesline. Ducking out underneath it is Aaron Sykes. Off the ropes goes Tibbs. Trying to go for a wheelbarrow maneuver, but Aaron Sykes, wheelbarrow front suplex. The cover here. 1, 2, 3, and this match is over.
This is a travesty. This is not what Snowman Enterprises had in mind tonight. Aaron Sykes with the win. You know Dustin Tibbs is gonna be back. Snowman will find another match. He will sign that contract. And this is far from over. Aaron Sykes got lucky tonight is what this was. A whole city full of cheaters, and I believe the man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Montego Sika is making his way down to ringside, and for the first time since I have seen him, is without two very important pieces of championship gold. The Texoma Pro Texas and Texoma Pro Oklahoma championships no longer around the waist of Montego Sika, courtesy of Mr. Wobble. Of course, your current Texoma Pro Texas and Oklahoma champion, Franco D'Angelo. That is a story to be discussed at another time. Tonight, Montego Sika does not want to think about the Texas and Oklahoma championship. He does not want to think about the steel cage match that went down at the 15th anniversary show. Tonight, he wants to focus on a man who was also in attendance at that 15th anniversary show, that being the perfect storm, Tim Storm.
Ring that bell! Goddamn bell! Woo! He ain't gonna shake your hand. He ain't
Listen, ring.
That's disrespectful. I'm from a team like that.
gonna get in there.
From a baby in his eye. Just saying. I'm on. I'm good.
Montego, let's make him cool. Montego,
I see we get home.
let's run. Go, Kim, go. Let's go, Storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is of course underway. Montego Sika and Tim Storm. These are two men which, my knowledge, have never faced off against one another. However, of course, Tim Storm and Montego Sika, two very different individuals, two very different competitors. We're going to be seeing a lot of that here tonight. And he'll showcase exactly why. Of course, Diamond Jim James Southern has slipped off to the back. He never made a return from intermission. One has to wonder, he is continuing to check on the health and the status of Mr. Dustin Tibbs, who we saw earlier on in the night. Nevertheless, Montego Sika and Tim Storm going to war. Fairly pro Tego crowd. Of course, the last time that we saw Montego Sika here in Healdton, Oklahoma, Tego was taking on the aforementioned rock star Rook Tyler in what was an incredible defense of the Texoma Pro Texas and Oklahoma championships. 2 championships which he is currently without, and you have to know that that is weighing heavily on the back of the mind of the OG of Oklahoma. The Perfect Storm, however, always looking to rise his way up the ranks here in Texoma Pro Wrestling. You never know when Tim Storm is going to get a shot at the Texoma Pro Texas, Oklahoma, or even the Unified World Heavyweight Championship currently held by none other than Edge Stone. Of course, speaking of Edge Stone, we will be seeing Edge Stone in action later on tonight, defending the Unified Texoma Pro World Heavyweight Championship against the NCWO World Heavyweight Champion, the Gatekeeper. Stay tuned for that one. Tim Storm says they're cheering for you, Tego. Maybe getting a little overzealous here. Collision of the masses. And still, this crowd chanting for Tego. This is not often we see Tego painted in the positive limelight, so to speak. Tim Storm typically is the one filling that role. Speaking of filling roles here, off the ropes now is Tim Storm. Big shoulder tackle, sending Tego to the outside. Tego has to find a way to regroup himself a little bit, possibly recalibrating and regain planning. The strategy has to change whenever you're standing in the ring with the Perfect Storm.
Oh, he's thirsty. Hey, how they doing on the block? You want an old style? You looking at him.
Very vocal competitors here tonight in Tego and Tim Storm. Tim Storm now exiting the ring here. Trying to goat the OG of Oklahoma. What's he doing here? Hey, that's the water, of course, which Tego rehydrated himself with. Well, that is a man who knows his science. Tim Storm, of course, entering back into the squared circle. This is a man who enjoys having fun. He likes to play his fair share of games and shenanigans. However, the OG of Oklahoma, he is not focused on those shenanigans. He is not ready for those same shenanigans. Tego currently unleashing on the Perfect Storm here tonight. These are 2 men with a wealth of knowledge and experience. Tego has trained many of the current day stars in the state of Oklahoma and Texas. Tim Storm, of course, former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, current general manager in the National Wrestling Alliance, the NWA USA program. Tim Storm may not be competing in in-ring competition in the National Wrestling Alliance. It does not stop him here in Texoma Pro Wrestling, keeping those skills sharp and busting out the classics. That is exactly what Storm is focused on right now. Tego, he finds himself back on the outside once more. This is a place where Tego often has to revitalize that strength.
He's a scary person, okay? Hey! Not a person. Person, dog, whatever. Let's go.
Did not believe we'd be seeing Tego and Tim Storm arguing the efficacy of a horror movie villain. But I respect it. And you have to respect Tego's choice in wares. And these these are the mind games which Tigo has been known to play and has been known to utilize to great benefit in his career. It's exactly the reason he became Texoma Pro Oklahoma and Texoma Pro Texas champion in the first place. Storm, he's had enough of the fun and games, a man who is used to them himself. He is stalking Tigo, he is on the prowl. Tigo now back into the ring. Storm doing the same, evading out of the way. That elbow drop, missing the mark completely if you are Montego Sika. Whip off the ropes for Tim Storm. Catches him with the boot, going for the signature combination. Big boot into the neck breaker. That could be it. He's put many men away with that one. The cover, only a 1 count, says our official Candace Harding.
That was 2, right?
Seems to have left a perfect Storm in a fair amount of shock. Of course, former NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, won the Texoma the NWA World Heavyweight Championship at the venue which Texoma Pro Wrestling does consider home, the Sherman Elks Lodge Arena in Sherman, Texas, against none other than former NWA World Heavyweight Champion himself, Jax Dane. Off the ropes goes Storm, collides with the boot with the skull of Tigo. And Storm, you see the frustration starting to build. Storm often considered a veteran of the professional wrestling sport. Some might believe that Tim Storm should have had this put away from the get-go. Donning new headwear, new attire for Tim Storm, I have to admit, doesn't exactly look quite bad on him. Putting the boots to Tim Storm. You have to know that the longer this matchup rolls on, the worse that it gets for Tim Storm. The more powerful Tigo seemingly becomes, taking this at his own pace. It is slow and methodical, and that is what allows Tigo to brutalize his opponents in the fashion which it does.
Oh my God. Get back in the ring.
Come on, 1. Both y'all back in here. 2.
Go.
3. Come on, you 2.
Come on.
4.
See that? That's how I get down, baby. He ain't nothing.
5.
Come on, keep counting. Keep counting.
We're seeing some strong words out of Tigo here tonight. He's looking, it seems, for a count-out victory. Begging for our official Candace Harding to continue counting. Tim Storm now back onto the apron, sent off once again by Tigo.
9.
Count of 9 here. Tim Storm rolls back in at the very last moment possible. We were 1 count away to seeing this matchup end. Sending Tim Storm back outside the ring once again. Tigo's begging. Begging and pleading for his opponent and Tim Storm to stay down. Count of 5 now from Candace Harding.
Stay
half of the way there. You see Tigo continuing to beg Candace Harding on. Off the ropes though for Tigo. What's he looking for? Stepping through the rope. Tim Storm dug it underneath, of course. Storm hits him with the clothesline. Hits him with the back elbow. Storm trying to send a message here. Big boot collides with Tigo. Former Texoma Pro Texas and Oklahoma champion. Definitely been on a bit of a losing streak as of recent, trying to turn the thing around. Trying to hit with the boot. Enziguri step up. Tim Storm is rocked now. Tigo, he might be looking for the clout cutter. Stepping out of the way, a Samoa Joe classic. Landing the eye of the storm. Tim Storm, the perfect storm, has this one won. This match is over.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for a championship match.
Ominous feeling has hit the Healdton National Armory as the gatekeeper, the NCWO World Heavyweight Champion, of course, of the New Class Wrestling Organization, makes his way down to ringside here tonight, but he is not defending that NCWO World Heavyweight Championship. He, in fact, has an opportunity at another coveted prize within the Texoma region, of course, that being your current Unified Texoma Pro World Heavyweight Champion. That's right, the gatekeeper is going to be taking on Reality of Wrestling Zone and Texoma Pro star, Edge Stone. It is true that the stone does not crumble, no matter the pressure you put on top of it. The pressure of Shane Taylor did not crumble the stone of Edge. It did not crumble that of the current Unified Texoma Pro World Heavyweight Champion. Tonight, Edge Stone etches his name further in the history books with another defense of the Unified Texoma Pro World Heavyweight Championship. And that happens here live tonight in Healdton, Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight in Healdton, Oklahoma. The Unified Texoma Pro World Heavyweight Championship is on the line as the stone that does not crumble, the Stone Titan, Edge Stone, your current champion, defends against the eerie, disturbing, dark, and demented Gatekeeper. Of course, the Gatekeeper carried down to ringside tonight his NCWO World Heavyweight Championship, and that championship is not on the line. There's absolutely nothing to lose if you are the Gatekeeper. Edge Stone, everything to lose if you are the champion.
Pure competition. Let's go, Gatekeeper.
The Gatekeeper not showcasing too much respect for Edge Stone, and Stone does not take lightly to that. That will not crumble the mentality of Edge Stone. The side headlock currently applied from the lateral position. Of course, the head scissors now wrapped around the neck and chest of Edge Stone, the large chest, of course. Seeing out of these two men, just absolute brutality of the highest caliber. Gatekeeper now strikes on strikes between himself and Edge Stone. Edge Stone trained out of the reality of wrestling underneath stars that we have seen actually in Texoma Pro Wrestling and Red River Wrestling, such as Ryan Davidson or two-time WWE Hall of Famer Booker T. This crowd is hot for Edge Stone right now. The Unified Texoma Pro World Heavyweight Champion. There's a lot on the line for him here tonight. Everything to lose. The only thing to gain is the sanctity of saying that he defeated one of the toughest members of the Texoma Pro roster, that being the Gatekeeper, of course, absent by his side tonight. None other than Sister V. Of course, a brutal matchup that the two of them underwent on Friday at the Texoma Pro 15th anniversary show against the likes of Tommy Prince and Hilda You can check that one out on the Texoma Pro YouTube. The cover here, hooking both legs. Only a 2 count there, says our official Candace Harding. Gatekeeper, a rear chin lock applied right now. Synced in and cinched in on Edgestone. Edgestone is trying to fight his way out of it, but the Gatekeeper, it's like a vice-like grip. I love what we're seeing right now out of the Gatekeeper. Absolute brutality and force to the highest degree. It's not often we see Edgestone reeling like this on the outside. The Gatekeeper taken to the skies, and Edgestone swatting the Gatekeeper out of mid-air like a bug. Stone says he is not crumbling here tonight. This crowd now taken too lightly to Edgestone here. It's not often that we see that. We are in bizarro world in Healdton, Oklahoma.
You know what?
Edgestone in and out, breaking the count here of our official Candace Harding. Stone's very confident here tonight. That's what you like to see out of a man who represents this great company as a champion, the Unified Texoma Pro World Heavyweight Champion to be exact. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, those championships have gone international. Ducking the line there is the Gatekeeper, hits him with the spear, turning himself inside out for extra emphasis. The cover here for the Texoma title, no! And the Gatekeeper, well, this referee is not someone I'd want to be on the wrong side of. The Gatekeeper, definitely the more intimidating individual in this equation. Trying to stay on top of Edgestone, trying to keep this championship in his domain. The cover here once again. And a 2 count once more, 2.9 repeating. Leading to a reset, leading to a standstill. The Gatekeeper has to be wondering, has to be questioning right now, what more does he have to do to put Edgestone down?
Come on, Stone! Come on! Get up!
Use your head.
Stone continuing to have frustration with our official here tonight. And of course, Edgestone realizes it is not the official's fault. The Gatekeeper is just that astronomically powerful. But wait a minute, we talked about the official all night. The Gatekeeper, take your hands off of our referee. Stone trying to make sure our official is safe. and well enough to continue the officiating of this contest. Uranage from the sit-out into the cover. The gatekeeper, we have a new champion here. No! What a moment here tonight. The Unified Texoma Pro World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Edgestone and the gatekeeper. Edgestone hits it, the running blockbuster. Going for the cover, that's it. Still the Texoma Pro World Heavyweight Champion. The stone that does not crumble, Edgestone.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our main event.
For the record, I am Muslim first. Where should I begin? I'm a general. I'm on the men. APPSN. Pitiful, respect the dream, but we cannot be friends. Social media. I'm not promoting criminality. Explain, I get the business deal. We kill, get the sin. With the laws of me, remember. I'm a set of trends. I'm a head of fast. I'm a long game for my sins.
Without a reaction, are you serious?
And I ain't gonna get it, gonna have another son of grave. You started acting like Big Bruh said the profile chill. I didn't call him Friday, I'm finna go on some profile chill. Southside, Baton Rouge, standing up on Grand Street. Standing up on True Street, Big London, Peggy Candy me with Butchie Auto Evergreen. Standing up on 10th Street, sold dope on Murder Street. St. Joseph, Adams Street. Creighton Stewart, middle of the Trotter, he ain't texting me. Carolina Street, supplying pressure, you been asking me. Where my nigga go off until I walk the left of me, go
I'm missing somebody. Hold on, wait, hold on. I'm missing somebody. Stay right there. Hold on. Stay right there. I'm missing somebody.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. It's midget time. When the season
Star that y'all have.
You gonna check? Yeah, we gonna check this now? Yeah. You gonna check this? Yeah. He's 1.5 right there. I don't trust him. Hey. Nothing there, Mighty Mouse. Nothing there. Oh, yeah. Baldy locks you. Okay, Cat Williams, it's okay. Hey, take it down. My man. Hey, my man. Are you mad at me for having better hair than you? But his curls are dry. You need to give him some of your activated. How are you mad at me for having better hair than you? That makes no sense. But your beard doesn't even connect. Joe. Your hair doesn't connect.
Well, strong showcase of words between all four members of this team. Short Sleeve Sampson and Mr. Wobble laid down the challenge earlier on in the evening against the NCWO Tag Team Champions Devion and Kane Carter. Kane Carter now making his Texoma Pro Wrestling in-ring debut. Highly anticipated, never to be duplicated. Of course, Kane Carter, an incredible in-ring athletic competitor. However, he is facing off against an undefeated duo here in Texoma Pro Wrestling, Mr. Wobble and Short Sleeve Sampson. This matchup is non-title in nature. The NCWO Tag Team Championships are not on the line. I spoke with Devion and Kane Carter earlier amidst intermission, where they told me that they did not believe Short Sleeve Samson and Mr. Wobble deserved an opportunity at the NCWO Tag Team Championships. You know, Mr. Wobble and Short Sleeve Samson caught wind of this. They got word of these attitudes Kane Carter and Devion had, whether it was through that moment that they shared in the ring earlier on in the night or hearing the rumblings backstage. You have to know for a fact, though, Mr. Wobble and Short Sleeve Samson are out to prove a point that they do deserve the NCWO Tag Team Championships, that later down the line, they will earn an opportunity for the NCWO Tag Team Championships. Mr. Wobble claiming he's going to make Kane Carter do exactly the dance that made him famous. Collar and elbow tie between both men. Kane Carter proving himself to be the stronger competitor. You know, I've seen comparison photos between the new and old Kane Carter, if you will. Kane Carter, he's put on a significant amount of mass over the past year of his in-ring career. Trained out of the Rhodes Wrestling Academy by none other than AEW star and WWE legend Dustin Rhodes, Texas Wrestling's own. I've seen this man compete all across the great state of Texas, whether it's here in Texoma Pro Wrestling or various other places as well. AEW Dark star Kane Carter yet to pick up a victory on that platform. However, Kane Carter definitely showing out and showing up during those appearances. Devion not too far behind Kane Carter in the accolades category. Most recently in the state of Oklahoma, we talked about the EPW Heavyweight Championship. I witnessed Devion, the technician, pick up a victory and become the new EPW All-American Champion. This victory has led to Devion and, of course, Kane Carter considering themselves to be belt collectors. Mr. Wobble, on the other hand, became the new Texoma Pro Texas and Oklahoma champions by defeating none other than Montego Sika in a steel cage matchup this past Friday at the Texoma Pro Wrestling 15th anniversary event. However, that reign was incredibly short-lived at the hands of Franco D'Angelo. We all know that we're going to be seeing the follow-up and the fallout to that on May 19th in Sherman, Texas. You can join us once again for more Texoma Pro Wrestling action. Look for tickets online or at the door, TexomaPro.com.
Now you're all warmed up. I'm sorry.
Wobble trying to showcase an offer of respect here. Kane Carter and Devion, two men who are often struggling to find cohesion with other members of the Texoma Pro Wrestling roster. This would be a shocking move from Kane Carter if it's accepted. And a stomp to the foot of Mr. Wobble and a poke to the eyes. Absolutely egregious behavior here. Whip out the ropes, Wobble off the ropes, ducking underneath, clothesline, super kick there to the knee. And a kick to the back of the skull. We've seen this become signature for Mr. Wobble. Off the ropes, step up off the back into the elbow drop. Wobble, not even a 2 count, stuck at 1.5. Samson legal for the first time in this matchup. Kane Carter never stepped into the ring with Short Sleeve Samson. The cover, only a 2 count. Devion trying to run Short Sleeve Samson out of the ring. Samson said he's not willing to have any of this one. Oh, chop right across the chest of Kane Carter. It's a high reach for short sleeve Sampson, but he's chopping Carter down to sides, back and forth, back and forth. Spinning backhand directly into the chest of Carter. Sampson is a house of fire here tonight. Headbutt directly into the sternum, the upper pelvic region, and just to mention the upper pelvic region, Devion sent directly crashing into Kane Carter. Wobble looking for some tag team offense. Assisted drop kick, one to Carter, and one to the All-American and NCWO Tag Team Champion. Sampson, he's got him up here. Double cross body to KOA. KOA seemingly MIA currently in this contest. Not willing to get back into that ring, and I can't exactly blame them. Short sleeve Sampson, an incredibly forceful, devastating, and intimidating competitor despite the small stature. As Sampson says, the bigger they are, the harder they will fall. That is not just a catchphrase to sell t-shirts. That is a life mantra for short sleeve Sampson. He has made a career and he has made a livelihood out of proving the doubters wrong, out of being the one to make the larger men fall. KOA have completely disposed of short sleeve Sampson, and now Kane Carter leaving Mr. Wobble in the middle of the ring. Hoping to make sure that Mr. Wobble walks out completely scathed. Possibly even force Mr. Wobble to miss our May 19th event in Texoma Pro Wrestling in Sherman, Texas. Off the ropes, kick to the back of Wobble for Devion. Carter up and over, back body drop, landing on the tailbone as Wobble. That could be a far more significant injury than one might realize. You can cut off your entire vertical base. Arm drag landing on his feet though is Wobble. And the vertical being cut off again by Kane Carter with the chop block. The longer this matchup rolls on, the more devastating of an injury Wobble could be facing. KOA, the experts in tag team wrestling, which they are, proving exactly why they are the NCWO Tag Team Champions. Referee Damos watching on. Of course, Devion doing everything in his power to cut off the center of the ring. Keep Mr. Wobble isolated, keep Mr. Wobble from tagging into his opponent in short sleeve Sampson. We talked about Sampson being a firecracker in that ring. Be a complete game changer if Wobble was allowed to make that tag. Devion trying to do everything in his power to prohibit that. The perfect plex, the cover. Only a 1 count. Kane Carter's got that leg lock locked in right now, and Mr. Wobble is screaming in agony. It's very difficult to break this maneuver here if you're Mr. Wobble, but he is fighting out of it, which he does. Easy to separate a submission hold if you can deliver a knockout blow. And that could have been very, very close for Mr. Wobble and King Carter. Making the tag now, Devion, the legal man, itching to get his hands on Wobble. These two men have quite the tumultuous relationship. Sick kick into the gut wrench suplex to cover. Sampson making the interference now. Pro Wobble crowd here tonight, and once again working on the legs. The legs being targeted for that submission maneuver here by Devion. First by King Carter, now by his tag team partner. There's a reason they call him the technician. Devion, Wobble could tap right here. This could be the very end. And Wobble rolling through once more, but Devion managing to get to the ropes. Of course, the momentum was reversed there. Kane Carter stepping onto the back of the leg of Wobble. Referee Damos staying right on top of the Midget Wrestling Warrior star and Short Sleeve Sampson. Those two men have had many an interaction across the Midget Wrestling Warrior statements. King Carter quieting this crowd. Saying, if I can't quiet this crowd, I am going to silence their hero, Mr. Wobble. Oh my God, that was gargantuan. Double palm strike to the chest. Wobble trying to make the tag here. Elbow strike to King Carter, and he evades out of the clutches. Sampson's in, Sampson's in, Sampson is tagged in. And the official did not see it. The official did not witness this. And now this is an absolute travesty, an absolute mistake of justice on the part of the official, and Kane Carter says, that's my guy right there. Thank you, official. Davo's saying no tag. And back on the submission game is Kane Carter. Half Boston Crab applied. You notice Devion is targeting one leg. Kane Carter is targeting a separate one. Trying to make sure Wobble does not even have the strength to crawl back to his own corner, even if he wanted to make the tag legally to Short Sleeve Sampson. Tag made once again. Devion, your legal man. Shoulder thrust right into the corner of Wobble. Say it themselves, KOA, this is exactly what they were born to do. They have the gold to prove it, both in singles and in tag team divisions all across the state. Devion is just toying with Mr. Wobble now. This is getting ugly here. Devion off the ropes. Wobble catches him with the clothesline, and both men go down hard. Wobble and Devion, both men need to make their respective tags into the corner. Devion, Wobble. The tag's been made. Kane Carter's in. Short sleeve Sampson's in. Carter goes for the boot. Sampson doesn't even need to duck underneath it. He's already there. He's already there. Shot to the chest of Carter. Sampson leading him out into the middle of the squared circle. Could he be looking for it? Irish whip into the corner. Headbutt just above the pelvic region. And I think we're seeing a rerun. Sampson, he is calling for it. Wobble taken in the air, clothesline. Off the ropes, Bulldog spiking Kane Carter into the center of the ring. And I think this crowd is ready to see it. The inchworm comes out at night. And it's only 6 p.m. in Healdton, Oklahoma. The worm, the inchworm, the cover, and the match is over.
It's midget time.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a phenomenal matchup. Mr. Wobble and Short Sleeve Sampson proved themselves championship material once again. And you have to know that the next time we're in Healdton, Oklahoma, Short Sleeve Sampson and Mr. Wobble will very well want to be vying for those NCWO Tag Team Champions, or maybe they'll travel all the way to McAlester, Oklahoma and capture them on Devion and Kane Carter's home turf. Nevertheless, a phenomenal victory, because the bigger they are, the harder they fall. It has been midget time, and it has been wobble time, and it has been Texoma Pro Wrestling action. For Diamond Jim James Southern, for Anna Lynn, for the Texoma Pro Wrestling staff and roster, I am Walker Stewart. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/Texoma Pro, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, Texoma Pro Wrestling, and of course, TexomaPro.com for more tickets. We will see you next time on May 19th for more Texoma Pro Wrestling. Chase Owens will be in action on that night, and we cannot wait. Thank you so much for joining us, and stay tuned.